Welcome back to the Dreams Lady. Today I want to talk about something that hits us every single day, whether we realize it or not. Have you noticed that when you focus on what you don't have, it feels like you only get more of the same? You're rehearsing lack, and lack keeps showing up. That's not just psychology, that's spiritual law. The world of neuroscience will tell you that when you think the same thought over and over, your brain quote unquote wires and fires that reality into your nervous system. But here's the kingdom reality. When you agree with fear, lack, and separation, you empower a lie. When you agree with abundance, union, and fullness, you manifest heaven on earth. Today we're going to talk about how to stop rehearsing lack and start rehearsing heaven's reality. Let's start here. Lack is not just a circumstance. Lack is a mindset. If you're constantly thinking about separation, your body literally lives out separation. You keep creating what you believe. Now, let's look at this through a kingdom lens. Proverbs 23:7 says, "As a man thinks in his heart, so is he." If you think lack, you live lack. If you think fullness, you live fullness. Look at Israel in the wilderness. God was raining down bread from heaven every single day. Go outside right now, stand in your driveway, and picture bread coming down from the sky all over your front yard and your neighbor's front yard and their neighbor's front yard. Just picture that. God was doing that every single day for Israel while they were in the wilderness. Yet they grumbled. We're going to die out here. We were better off in Egypt. They rehearsed slavery in their minds. And here's the painful truth. It wasn't lack that kept them from the promised land. It was the mindset of lack. They obviously were not lacking, guys. Literal bread was coming down from the sky, from heaven every single day. Their shoes grew with them. They never had to go shopping for new shoes. Their clothes grew with them. They never had to go shopping for new clothes. They never had to go find material and sew themselves a new outfit because this was growing with them. Yet they rehearsed lack in their minds. I'm not saying it was easy. I don't know what it was like. I was not there. Can't imagine what it was like. But I also can't imagine how awesome it is for your outfits to grow with you. Anyway, what you rehearse, you reproduce. Here's the good news. You don't have to keep looping in lack. The kingdom runs on a different operating system. You don't manifest by creating something new. You manifest by aligning with what's already been accomplished in Christ. Jesus said, "It is finished." That wasn't poetry. He meant it. This was reality. He introduced a new reality for us. All right. So "it is finished" wraps up an old story and it begins a new reality for us. Every resource, every promise, every breakthrough you'll ever need has already been established in Him. Everything that Jesus did, He not only did for you, He did as you. I mean, hello, the wilderness. We couldn't do it without Him. All right. They didn't do it. They couldn't do it without Him. He comes in, spends 40 days in the wilderness, faces the same temptations that everyone in the wilderness faced and crushes it. He did that for us, not just for us, but also as us, so that we don't have to go through that. And if we ever find ourselves in a place that is difficult and testing, He is with us through it, right? He has made it possible for us. The lie of separation says, I have to strive for it. I have to earn it. I have to hope maybe someday it'll come. The truth of union says, Christ in me is the hope of glory. I already have access to the fullness of God because He dwells in me. Colossians 1:27. Think about the feeding of the 5,000. Jesus didn't panic when He saw 5 loaves and 2 fish. He didn't rehearse lack. He didn't say, we'll never have enough. He gave thanks. Gratitude pulled heaven's reality in the moment, and what looked like lack became overflow. Abundance is not out there waiting for you to grab it. It's already inside you, seated in Christ. Faith isn't about pulling something from the future. It's about agreeing with what's already yours. And so a lot of times we think that everything is going to be great once we have more, or that your life is going to change once you have more. But what we're missing is that gratitude piece, is that being grateful in the moment that you're in, being grateful with what you have right now, and being faithful with what you have right now. What we see from the people in the wilderness, that they griped and they complained, even though they had no lack. There was no gratitude there. And a lot of times we forget to express gratitude for what we already have because we're so focused on what we don't have. And we're so focused on the next thing and like better. But if you can't be grateful today, what makes you think that when you have more, you'll be grateful? Because the problem is not in the abundance. The problem is not in the thing that you want to get. The problem is in your mindset. So how do you stop rehearsing lack and start rehearsing heaven's reality? Here are 4 practices. 1, gratitude as alignment. Gratitude is not just being polite. Gratitude is alignment. Every thank you is a declaration that heaven's reality is here now. Number 2, meditate on truth, not fear. Romans 12:2 says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. When you meditate on the Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing, you're literally rewiring your brain and your spirit to agree with truth. Number 3, visualize from union, not separation. Don't say, someday I'll have peace, someday I'll have provision. That's separation. Instead, imagine what it feels like to already live from fullness. See yourself in it because Christ in you already is. But because you are not rehearsing the truth of it already being yours, and instead you keep rehearsing the lack of it, you are not able to hold it, to have it, to notice it, to lavish in it. So that's separation. When you begin to realize that all you have to do is agree with his existence and that your gratitude is the road to get it or the door that opens to let it in, everything changes. You go from separation to union because Christ in you already is. Imagine what it feels like to already live from fullness, from union, because you already do. But your focus is somewhere else. Your focus is on the not having it, right? Number 4, speak as if it's settled. Mark 11:24 says, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. Notice the tense, past perfect, already done. Your words are not begging God to move. Your words are aligning you with what's already finished. These are not self-help hacks. These are kingdom principles. You're not trying to manipulate the universe. You're agreeing with the one who holds it. Now, I also want to add James 4:3. When you ask, you do not receive because you ask with wrong motives, that you may spend what you get on your pleasures. The scriptures say, asking you shall receive. But now here, James is saying, this is why you don't receive, because you ask with wrong motives. So you are asking, but you're not receiving. Your heart is not right. Your motives are wrong. Sometimes we're asking for more, or we're asking for something for the purpose of proving somebody wrong, for the purpose of proving your own worth, for the purpose of saving your own face, for the purpose of looking better than somebody else, for the purpose of earning more than someone else, for the purpose of being the best house in the neighborhood, whatever that may be. Your motive is wrong. I've always felt that our blessings are so that we can bless other people. And we don't ask for just enough. We don't ask just for us. That we ask that we, being good stewards of what we have been provided with, would be able to multiply that and share it with others. But a lot of times the asking is a selfish ask. A lot of times the asking is the asking to prove something, and that's wrong. The motive is wrong, as James tells us. So here's what I want you to take with you. Lack is not your inheritance. Abundance is your baseline. The real question is, what reality are you rehearsing? Every thought is either reinforcing separation or reinforcing union. Every thought is either rehearsing scarcity or rehearsing abundance. I want to give you a journal prompt for this week, and that is, where have I been rehearsing lack, and how can I rehearse heaven's reality instead? Your brain might be wired to expect the worst, but your spirit is wired for fullness. Start rehearsing heaven's reality and watch how your outer world starts lining up with your inner world. Your inner world has to change first before the outer world begins to change. The outer world is responding to you. Thanks for tuning in today. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who's tired of the scarcity loop. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a dose of dream decoding, wisdom, and kingdom life. I want you to remember this. You're not manifesting from thin air. You're manifesting from your union with Christ, who himself is fullness.